Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Looking for Warriors. And I want to talk about the illusion of being rich. The Instagram illusion of being rich. I was listening to modern monetary theory. It's very interesting because there's there's the Austrian School of Economics. I'll make this really quick. If this bit is getting boring, I'll make it really quick. I don't mean to talk about Austrian economics, but there's the Austrian School of Economics, which says that the government should print money. So the government prints money and creates it out of nowhere. The government doesn't do it, central banks do it on behalf of the government and loan it to the government. Now, Austrian school says the government should print money when things are bad, in depressions, and when there's a surplus, they should claw that money back in and destroy it. Modern monetary theory says that a government should always print money because really quick analogy. There is a war. One country takes over the other country. When one country takes over the other country, the first country that takes over, they print money to give to their soldiers, in order to pay their soldiers to attack the other country. Now, the reason how they extract value out of the other country is they say that the other country has to use their printed currency they created out of nothing, but they have to pay taxes back to the main country, which gives that money value, because now you need to have the money in order to pay the tax. So it gives that money value. But if there's no money printed and sent in, then you don't have the money. There's less money, so you can't pay it, and that's what causes depression. That's the basics of modern monetary theory. I could be wrong. You tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. So money is created out of nothing initially. In the modern world, it's created by central banks or the Federal Reserve of America. It's led to the government, and that's how it comes out. Now, there's other ways that it comes out as well. For example, when a bank gives a loan, it prints the money out of nowhere. It doesn't print it, it just writes numbers on a screen. But the money is created out of nothing. And then when you pay the money back to the bank, that money is destroyed. So it is, in a way, modern money theory says, if there's no money created, then there's no money in the system, and that causes depression. But what everyone is leaving out is, it's not about the money. The money is an illusion. It's not about the money at all. It's about being productive. It's about convincing people to be productive because they can get money. So you create the money out of nothing. The money is valueless by itself. The value in the money is by convincing people to be productive and create new things, create new inventions, create amazing things. That's where the value is. It's in the human capital. It's you creating amazing things. That's where the value is. The value is not in the money. The money is just a measurement of the amazingness that is you, what you're putting into the world. It's some sort of measurement. It's like inches. It's like inches or feet. So if you're building a house, you need to measure that house out, or meters. If you're in a country that uses meters, you need to measure that house out. Now, the house is the amazing thing, not the measurements. So the illusion of being rich, the Instagram illusion. And I say it's an illusion because if you are talented, if you have a good skill stack, if you are enthusiastic, and if you are willing to be productive all of the time, even in a recession, even in a depression, if you're willing to be productive all the time, then you have no fear. You don't have to have any fear of a recession or depression. I could put you anywhere. I could put you in the Middle East, I could put you in Africa, I could put you in the middle of America where you don't know anyone. And you'll do okay. Even if it's just going and helping someone building a barn, once you're productive, that is the important thing. And once you have a skill stack and you're productive, that's all that matters. And the people who are rich, have their Instagram lifestyle, it doesn't matter. What matters is your capability, your skill stack, and your capability to be productive and to thrive in any circumstance. I think of Scott Adams, who was told that he couldn't proceed in the job he was in. He was in a pretty good job in a bank. But he was told, no, I think it was probably a little conversation. It wasn't an official meeting, I would say. I'd say it was just a little conversation that was had. So listen, Scott, I can't promote you because you're a white man. We can't promote any white men anymore. And that would have been a really big blow, you know, if your whole life is being in this kind of corporate lifestyle. It would have been a huge blow. And then he decided to become a cartoonist instead. And then if you read his book, he had all kinds of medical problems, which means he couldn't be a cartoonist anymore. He had unbelievable difficulties, and we all do. We all do. You probably have unbelievable difficulties in your life that are unfair. It's unfair for you to have to go through that. I get that. But if you're productive, but he was productive and he had a skill stack and he thrived in any circumstance. And he comes out now and he's wealthy in monetary terms and successful in the way we define success in this society. But he came through unbelievable hardships in order to get there. And now he spends all of his time trying to help people online. What a great man, what a great warrior. The only way that they can stop you is if they convince you to be unproductive. If they convince you that you're not useful, that you're not needed, they convince you to be unproductive. If you're productive in any circumstance, the reason depressions happen out of recessions is because of the monetary system to some extent. Some extent it's because of the monetary system, because when the money is pulled out, you have to take less money for the production that you do. When you're productive, you have to take less money for that, which is a bad thing, particularly when you have certain kind of bills. But also they convince so many people to be unproductive. There's a recession on now. There's a pandemic on now. It's time to be unproductive now. They convince people that there's no reward, so you might as well be unproductive, but there's always a reward. There's always a reward. So what I'm saying, the real richness inside you is the richness of having a good skill stack, being productive and being you, being the best you that you can be on this planet. And nobody can take that away from you. Nobody, no pandemic, no recession, no depression can take that away from you, can take away your skill set, can take away who you are. So if you're not rich right now, it's all an illusion anyway. You are rich. You're rich with your skill stack. You're rich with your production, with what you can do. You're rich with being you. There's so much you inside you. It's more than anyone can take from you. This has been Alan here from Looking for Warriors, talking about the illusion of being rich. Do me a favor, I want you to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Let's hear more of this. Let's hear more of this. Because I want you to be notified when I put up the next one. So subscribe.